Hi, good morning, everyone. At least it's morning in Indianapolis here. Hey, I wanted to send out real quick instructions on how to enter an MSL request in Veeva. This came up yesterday with a provider in Minneapolis, and we thought it'd be a good idea to send out the instructions on it because there's a few nuances to it. So I'll run through those real quick. So I'm going to go from the beginning and start as if I've already logged into Veeva on my iPad. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in and change from all accounts to all professionals. You've got to be in an individual provider to get this to work. So I'm going to scroll down or perform a search for the provider that I'd like to enter this MSL request for. In this case, it's going to be Mark Klein. So I enter Mark's name. Once I've got Mark pulled up, if I scroll down on the left-hand side to medical inquiries, if I click on that, it brings this up, and then I click on the far right-hand side, create, and it brings up the ability to enter the details for the medical inquiry request. So we're going to make this a email. If you've already entered his email, it should be in there. If you haven't, you may have to enter the email in the text down below, and we'll talk about that in a second. So in the inquiry text, this is where I would encourage you to enter not only a cell phone and the best time to call, but also the email, just in case. So we're going to enter the information, try to be as specific as possible, and if you can, have the provider actually type it in directly. That way they're not getting it from a second or third party. Now, once we've entered all this information, we're going to go up to the upper right-hand side, and there's a little icon that looks like a pen. We're going to click on that pen. It's going to pull up this screen, and then we have the ability to sign. Once you sign, or once the physician signs, then you would click on accept in the upper right-hand corner. And at this point, you click on the three dots and you would submit. Make sure you submit at this point. Otherwise, the MSL request will not go through. And then once you sync, the next time it should go ahead and enter that MSL request. So please call me if you have any questions on this process. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward. I would practice a few times before you are actually in front of a provider or a prescriber, so you have the process down very quickly. It's really easy to use, but you just have to get used to some of the nuances within it. Thanks, and have a great week.